The Colosseum wasn't a stadium, it was a device. A chamber built on a geomagnetic node where emotion could be captured, looped and fed somewhere else. Not just blood, frequency. It was never about the death itself. It was about the collective agreement to witness it, to feel it, to become part of the ritual. That agreement, it opens something. And what it opens feeds. And every cheer, every scream, every death wasn't just symbolic. It was ritual technology. It kept the echo alive. It kept the grid in place. Because Saturn's frequency isn't just out there in space. It's coded in the Empire, and Rome was its first cathedral. What they were feeding wasn't flesh. It was a presence. A non-human frequency tied to Saturn, the god of time, cycles, inversion. Not just worshipped, but fed. In ancient texts, Saturn was a god who devoured his own children. A black force wrapped in gold stories. But in esoteric traditions, Saturn is an energy trap, the keeper of karmic loops, the anchor of time and trauma. Rome didn't just revere Saturn, they built around him. The Colosseum, its geometry mirrors, Saturnian architecture, concentric rings, domed echo points, polar resonance. The crowd formed the outer ring, the arena, the mouth, and beneath it, a pulse, a thrum, a silence that fed. It needed people to participate, to feel, to obey, and the Vatican mastered that like no empire ever had. The echo was no longer chained under the Colosseum. It was installed into the faith itself. After the so-called fall of Rome, the blood stopped, but the energy didn't. Because when the gladiators vanished, the priests took over. The Vatican rose not beside the Colosseum, but on top of its blueprint. It claimed to replace the empire, but it only replaced the ritual. The robes changed, the tools changed, but the throne, still in place. They built St. Peter's Basilica on another energy node, domed, aligned, Saturnian. Inside, mass rituals, symbolic cannibalism, chants, collective witnessing. Sound familiar because what was once blood became bread. What was once screams became sermons. And the entity beneath didn't care. It didn't need gore. It needed agreement. It needed people to participate, to feel, to obey. And the Vatican mastered that like no empire ever had. The echo was no longer chained under the Colosseum. It was installed into the faith itself. The Colosseum isn't ruins, it's rebuilt, digitized, everywhere. Today you don't sit in stone seats, you scroll, you spectate, you react. Modern arenas don't need lions, they have screens, trauma feeds and viral pain. Every disaster is broadcast, every outrage looped, every tragedy turned into a ritual of witnessing. And here's the trick, you participate, you feel, you post, you amplify. That's what it wants. Because the echo isn't just under the Vatican anymore. It lives in frequency, it feeds off participation, it hides in entertainment, sports, news, celebrity scandals, all designed to trigger collective emotion, just like the games of Rome. But this time, you think you're in control, because you choose what you watch, you choose what you feel. But the grid is guiding that choice. This is Emspiracy, and now you know what lives beneath the Colosseum. Not a beast, not a god, not a myth. A pattern, a parasite, a loop, and you just stepped out of it.